Hi everyone, today I'm going to be making caramel apple crisp. So I'm going to start off with a pink lady apple. You can use whatever you like. I'm just going to have half because I've only got one apple left and somebody else wanted some as well, so I'm going to be sharing it with them. So I will core this. So this has been washed and dried. So I'm just going to slice this up into nice small chunks, I think. A bit of a bruise there, I'll get rid of that. So pop that in there. And then slice this one. So that's in there. And then I'm going to put in 180 grams of yoghurt, but I've not got it out. Sorry, just 1 second. So now I'm going to add 180 grams of this Alpro Greek style yoghurt. You can put in as much as you like. I know there's something I want to use it for tomorrow, so and I want about 200 grams, so I'm just going to use 180 in this one, and hopefully there'll be enough left over. So 180 grams. Oh, I've just realised I need to stir some powder in there. So I'm just going to move my apples into a different bowl. I'm going to put in 15 grams of this salted caramel protein powder. It's a vegan one from the Protein Works. And that was on a really good offer from Amazon Prime. On Amazon Prime Day, so, and it's quite nice actually. So then I'm going to put in 15 grams of this milled hemp seed. This one was a bit of a last minute video, so it might seem a little bit rushed, you know, or kind of not very organised, but it's okay. So that's that. And then I'm going to put in the 180 grams of this yoghurt. Now that always, you know, you don't have to include certain things. You can leave out the hemp if you like. You could prepare this for tomorrow and put chia seeds in to soak. So that's 180 grams in there. Give that a good stir up. So I'm just going to add a little dash of cinnamon as well, just a little bit. Stir that up. And then add my apples. A nice stir up. And then for the crunch or crisp side of it, I'm going to add 20 grams of this cereal granola. It's a high protein one. This as well was on an offer. I wouldn't pay how much they are on the shelf. I think they're quite expensive, and I didn't like this cereal, so it was a little bit of a risk, but it's actually quite nice. So I'm just going to put in 20 grams of that. But what I'm going to do is put it into a different bowl so I can just give it a bit of a crunch. Sorry, so I can weigh it out before I crunch it. So 20 grams. There we go, 20 grams. So just break that up a little bit. And then I'm going to put it in there so that it softens up a little bit before I have it, because it is really quite crunchy. So you can use any granola that you like. I did look today into there were some others on offer in Aldi, but I thought I've got this, so it just makes sense to use it. So pop that in there, give that a stir up so that it softens up a little bit just before I have it. And then just for another little crisp, I'm going to put in 15 grams of these Chia Charge Soya Protein Crispies. They are cocoa flavour, but they're not chocolatey like Cocoa Pops or anything like that. Yeah, you can't really taste any chocolate, I'd say, in them anyway, so it's not going to affect the flavour too much. So 15 grams of those. That's just a bit more extra protein, but you don't have to have it. It's fine, you know. Or if you did want to add something like Rice Krispies instead of granola, you could do that. So stir that up. And then just for another little bit of caramel, what I'm going to do is put some of this on as a drizzle, but it never comes out kind of like, you know, like free flowing. You have to squeeze it. So what I'm going to do, so I don't put too much in, is just squirt it into this bowl and then drizzle it over from there to there. So I'm probably just going to have a look, see what 10 grams looks like. Yeah, see, that comes out quite forceful. So 11 grams there. And then just, hopefully, it will drizzle on. Yep, that works quite well, actually. I did use it once before, and when I squeezed the bottle, it just left a big puddle of the caramel there. So, yeah, I think I'll be doing that from now on. So yeah, that's that. I'm going to go and have it now while it's nice and crunchy, but while the granola is kind of not too soggy. I hope you make it. I've never done this before, so I'm hoping it's going to be nice. I've seen different variations of it about. I think there's one where you put peanuts in, that kind of thing. But yeah, I think this is going to be really nice. It smells really nice as well. So if you give it a go, let me know. You know, let me know what you think. If you could give it a like, that would be really nice. Also, if you could subscribe, I'd really appreciate it. So, thank you very much then. Bye.